Hi everyone, welcome to Programming School. Today our program is decimal to binary. That means we are going to read an integer and we have to display the binary number of that integer. For example, if the number is going to be 31 binary is going to be like this. 123 binary number is going to be like this. What is a binary number? How I am going to convert a number into a binary number? For example, if there is going to be value, for example, some 14 is the value. How I am going to convert the number here? I am going to write. We are going to divide this 14 with 2. Is it exactly divisible or not? Yes, it is divisible. And how many times it is divisible? And this is coefficient, and this is going to be the remainder here. This is going to be the remainder. And again I am going to repeat the same process. I am going to repeat the same process. For example, here I am going to write here 7 by 2. The coefficient is going to be 3. The remainder is going to be 1. The remainder is going to be 1. 3 2s are 6. 7 minus 1, that is going to be 7 minus 6, that is going to be 1 is the remainder here, and 3 is the coefficient. And again I am going to divide this number, divide 3 here, and this is going to be 2 ones are 2, 2 ones are 2, then it is going to be 1 here. Then here I am going to stop here. If the number is going to be 1, I am going to stop here, and the decimal value of 14 is binary value of 14 is going to be, we are going to start from here and I am going to this position. Then the binary value is 1110 is the binary value for 14 here. In this way we are going to find a decimal value, a binary value for a decimal number. Okay. The same way I am going to write a logic of this. Okay. I am going to comment this. I am going to comment on the process. Now I am going to write, first of all I have to read a number. That is going to be an integer. I am going to read a number like this. Int of input of. Now I am going to take some result. I am going to take some binary value. Initially I am going to declare with 0 here. Finally the result is going to be placed at this position. This is going to be the result. Okay. Now every time I am going to repeat the same process again and again when I got the 1 or 0 or anything. Yeah, that's why here I am going to write while n I am going to repeat the process. If the number is a non-zero value, I am going to repeat the same process, and here I am going to find what is the coefficient. What is the coefficient and remainder, right? There are only two values, remainder and coefficient. That's why I am going to take here some r, that is going to be remainder. Remainder is equal to n mod 10. This is the remainder operator, right? Remainder operator. Then again I am going to take n is equal to, I am going to divide with 2, right? Divide with 2. Then I am going to, here also I am going to take with 2 here. R is equal to n mod 2, n is equal to n by 2. That means this is the coefficient and this is going to be the remainder. Why I am taking n is equal to n by 2? In the next step I am going to do the operation on n only, right? That's why I am going to modify the value here. Now I am going to print here. I am going to print what is r here. R is the remainder, and I am going to print the remainder like this. But in the reverse order. First of all, I have got 1 here. If I am executed, then you got a clear idea about this one. 14. Just observe here. Yes, the first remainder is going to be 0. 0 1 1 1, right? 0 1 1 1. Yes, I got the output, but here I want to print in a reverse order. We can do it with different approaches here. For example, if there is a list, I am going to print the list. Like that we can easily write that, but I am not using any list. Simply I am going to write a mathematical formula here to combine all the values. I am going to print this 1110. I am going to form a number from this. For this I am going to take here some c is equal to 1. In c is equal to 1 I am going to take and instead of printing r, some b is equal to what is the r value? R into c plus b, and finally I am coming out and I am going to print b here. How this expression is going to be working? Before that I am going to execute I am going to execute this value, that is going to be 14 here. This is 14. Then I am going to increment here c is equal to c into 10. How it is? How these two lines are working? If it is 14, just observe here, that is going to be 1110. Yes. For example, if I am going to execute here, it is going to be 10 1010. I am going to execute here 31. All values are going to be 1 here. If the value is going to be 123, that is going to be 11111011. This is going to be the binary number of a decimal number. But here I am going to explain you how these two lines are going to be executed, how these lines are working here. First of all, I am going to take here 14. Here I am going to take 14. What is n value? N value is going to be 14 here, right? And here 14 mod 2. What is the remainder here? The remainder is going to be 0. And what is the coefficient here? The coefficient is going to be 7. Now coming into this one, r into c, 0 into 1. 0 into 1, that is going to be 0 plus 0. Then here the b value is 0 only. Okay. Then in the next step, c becomes incremented. C is equal to c into 10. Then it becomes 10 here. 1 into 10, then it becomes 10 here. I am going to add, what is my approach here? For example, I have two numbers. It is going to be 3 and 2. I want to combine these two values like this. 3 into 10 plus 2. That is going to be 30 plus 2. That is going to be 32. This is my style of writing here. Okay. Here no modifications are done. Then what is n value? N value is going to be 7 now. Yes, this is also true. Then it is going inside the loop. And what is the remainder here? 7 mod 2. That is going to be 1. And 7 by 2. The remainder is, the coefficient is going to be 3 here. And now just look at here. B is equal to R value. What is R value? R value is 1. What is C value now? C value is incremented as 10. 1 into 10, that is going to be 10. 10 plus 0, that is going to be 0. That is going to be 10 here. The B value is now as a 10. And C value is already 10. 10 into 10, that is going to be 100. It is always incremented like into 10 like that. Next value 1000, 10,000. Like that it is going to be incremented. And now what is n value? N value is going to be 3 now. And coming here, yes, with 3, the remainder is also 2. And then it is going to be 1. And now coming here, what is R value? R value is going to be 1. 1 into 100 plus, what is B value initially? The B value is going to be 10, right? The B value is going to be 10. Then 100, 1 into 10, that is going to be 100, 100 plus 10, 110. 110. Now it is incremented as 1000 here. It is incremented as 1000 and it is moving here, and n value is going to be 1. And here 1, that is going to be, remainder is going to be 1, and the coefficient, the value is going to be 0 now. Now coming to this question, what is R value? R value is going to be 1. 1 into 1000 plus 110. Then 1000, it is going to be like this. Yes. Now C value becomes 10,000. And what is n value now? The n value is going to be 0 and it is coming out of the loop, and the B value is going to be 111 0, it is going to be printed like this. It is going to be printed like this. Yeah, I am writing the function. I am not writing any function here. Now I am going to convert the same program using the functions here. Okay. Here I am going to write print D to B, decimal to binary of like this. That's it. Here I am going to write a def D to B of n. Now I am going to write the same logic, the total same logic here inside the loop. Instead of printing B, I am going to return the value here, return B here. That's it. Same logic. This is the main function, and I am going to write this program in functions. If I am going to execute it, the same program, the same output is going to be represented using the functions. Now, the advantage of Python is there are lots of functions is there to find binary to. There are so many functions useful, but here in Python there is one function that is going to be binary function. How it is going to be working? Very simple function that is going to be binary of for example 123. It is going to just simply return a string. It is going to be return a string with a 0. This is going to be representing binary, and this is the number here. It is going to be just a string. With use of this function, I can write more easily. If you have no idea about any functions in the Python, this is the core logic. Definitely this is going to be a core logic. Here I don't know how to write the logic. Here I know some functions. Just simply I am going to write here. A decimal of binary of n, but I am going to slice it. This is going to be a string, right? This is going to be a string, and I am going to take some b is equal to, I am going to write like this, and then I am going to write b. I am going to start from the second value, right? I am going to start from the second value. If I am going to execute it, this is the output, right? This is the output, the same thing. This is the output. For example, if I am going to execute, if it is a 10, 10, 10, just simply of 2 lines I can write it. If simply of 3 lines, just simple, without writing of any logic. This is the advantage of Python. When you are dealing with a small program, just go for Python, and we can write very easily. Okay, that's it for this video, and I'm going to share you different programs of number of campus and everything. If you like this video, share with your friends and comment it. Thank you guys. Bye.